You know, it's funny, I was thinking right before I picked up the camera, when was the last time I actually started to vlog the video the night before? And the best answer I could remember was 2020 when I'd done the day in the life of my future self.
Only 11:15 in the UK right now, Sunday evening, and it's the day before I filmed this video of Day in the Life.
And what I realized is that's a long time ago. Things have changed since then. And things have leveled up. I'm a completely different person. And I think it'd be nice to do a little update on everything. So I'm making this video for 3 reasons. One, hopefully provide some form of inspiration in the way that I do, you know, just the basics, the routine, how I approach the charts, how I'm thinking, anything that you guys can grab onto, test and apply. And if it's going to work for you, then perfect, amazing. That's my job done essentially. Second, some form of value. Ideally some wisdom along there. I'm not going to try and force it, but if anything I say is valuable for you, then amazing. You can take it, run with it, use it yourself, and hopefully apply that into becoming a better person, trader, and everything else, okay? And then third, last but not least, is I'm genuinely getting the feeling of wanting to look back on this in a year, 2 years, 5 years time, maybe even hopefully showing my kids as well, and documenting this current phase of my trading and life. Because what I realized is I used to do a lot of documentation. I've documented my whole journey on YouTube. You know, I'm blessed for that. I'm super grateful. At any point I can pull up 2018, 2019 when I quit my job and watch those older videos back. But what I've realized is over the past 6-12 months, I haven't actually documented that much. I've done a lot of vlogs, I've done a lot of videos, but I haven't talked about the current phase that I'm in, what it took to get to this current phase, and you know, what life looks like now and what am I actually aiming towards now. So I think that'd be very fascinating for me to look back on in a few years, honestly. So my goal is try and be as transparent as possible. I'm going to show you the full day and anything that I'm thinking about. I'm going to bring you on that journey with me as well, which is going to be cool. And I'm hoping you enjoy. I'm hoping you sit back, relax, enjoy the video, leave me feedback, and yeah, I'm going to show you everything. So it is currently 8:48 p.m. I'm still in the UK. I'm about to go to Singapore in 2 weeks again. Life currently seems to be between UK and Singapore, but I love it. I love the travel. And yeah, tomorrow morning, the way that I do things is I wake up at around 7:15. Okay, depends how tired I am, to be honest. It depends how much sleep I've got. Then I wake up, first thing, shower, coffee, into the markets. Literally as simple as that. Now, I know within the first 30 seconds whether I'm going to take a trade today or not, based on how the higher time frames are looking, how price is developing. And I'm literally waking up right before London open. So it means that I can check the charts and see, okay, price is developing really well here. We could have a trade. Or if price is just expanded over Asia, I'm like, okay, price needs to pull back and there's unlikely to be a trade here. And the first few hours for me, I think the first 2 hours until around 9:30, which is when my trading session ends, my girlfriend is asleep. So it means that I'm just in pure flow. It tends to be quite quiet in the apartment and I'm just concentrating. That's all I'm doing. So I've got music in the headphones, no lyrics, just kind of flow music. And I'm just dialed in, locked in, ready to execute if anything shows. So let's get into it. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get on with the rest of my evening, which is just going to be a bit more finishing things up, chill, get ready for bed. Then I'll see you tomorrow.
Hurry up now, I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me down.
And we are in a trade for the day.
So letting it run. Ideally we run to this low, just take out sell side liquidity. Of course the major approach is going to be trailing stops as we start to move. So I'm going to let this play out, but I'll give you an update when I do come out of it. Alright, so it's just gone 10 AM. I'm out of the trade and I took a 2.31% position, which was here. So you can see, I'll do an official breakdown shortly for you all. Don't worry, you're not going to miss out on a single thing. I'm also taking these. I don't know if you guys remember, it depends how long you've been on the channel, but I used to take this in 2020 and was never sure if it was placebo effect or the actual thing, but this is very good and I do notice a difference. So you're supposed to only take one. I take two, but you know what, you can't really overdose on vitamin C. But no recommendations, but that is good. And then me and Joyce are currently doing a parasite cleanse because I've not done one since 2024, which was when I'd done the intense fruit diet. So a bit of maintenance work there, but yeah, position is closed. 60-90 minute window. And then out of all trades now, which is nice. Okay, as I promised, I'm going to take you through the trade that I took this morning. So, I was anticipating London to be a reversal. That's the key part of that, based on what Asia had done. The H1 was overextended, needed a pullback, despite my overall narrative being bullish. Okay, so I was playing shorts into the session, or at least coming in with that intention, and then my job was monitor how price is moving. Okay, and then coming into ATM here, what you can specifically see is price comes into the hour, puts in a high, develops into a shift in market structure, and altogether what I notice is that this low fails to break the previous high. We protect the highs all the way down. Okay, even here, when we take out these highs, it protects the previous highs here. Okay, so bearish substructure is being initiated here. Then it comes to the actual entry itself. So once we sweep sell side, coming into the new hour, which is 9 AM, ATM distributed to the downside, 9 AM once again puts in the high, push to the downside. Then what I then took is the TC setup, which is what we have inside Envision, which is that little pause in price prior to the break of these lows. Okay, and if you look at how much sell side we have below, usually when I'm getting involved in a trade, I want to see an easy draw on liquidity to target. Now here, when I'm getting into the trade, we've got a strong high, weak low. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 easy draws on liquidity for a nice 2.31% trade. Okay, so the narrative was simple. Then all I had to do is execute it on the right time. Got in a little bit too late. I could have got in further up, but it is a little bit more aggressive. And then we distributed lower. All I'm doing above that is just trailing my stops until we reach the landing point, which is take out sell side, flush lower, 2.31. Simple as that. And then since then, because London acted as that reversal, we then had New York manipulate this high and push lower, which is now tapped into the H1 area that I was looking at. Okay, so we're coming in with a lot of speed, but for the rest of this week, it really sets it up nicely for continuation of the move. It depends what happens in this area here, but if we protect substructure here, the market is still bullish. If we take out this with intent, then we may be seeing more downside coming into the rest of the week. So it was based off that principle. Very clean trade, beautiful, happy with it. And what's funny is I used to be that trader that wanted to trade all day. I used to be at the screen 6 to 8 hours a day, trade London open, New York open, London close, and be open to pretty much anything. Now I've narrowed that window right down and it's served me very well. I don't need to trade both sessions. I've got so much that I need to do per day that it doesn't make sense for me to trade all day. I have my window, I stick to it, I observe in that period of time. If there's anything, I take it. If not, I dial out. I come back tomorrow. So, you know when people say trading's not easy, but it's simple? Prime example of that. Like, yes, it's not easy. It's probably one of the most difficult things you'll ever do. A lot of you are going to relate to that because you're going through the same thing now. And you could be watching this, might not be profitable yet, you might be profitable, might be doing the break-even dance. Just stick at it, but trading is simple. The concepts aren't simple, the way everything ties together is not simple, but the process of finding a system, having an edge, letting that edge play out is fairly simple.
Good. There we are. Where are we going?
Eating
Going to Kalos.
downstairs.
Going to get some flatbreads, aren't we?
Yes.
Beautiful. Ready? So we usually take our books downstairs, and there's this nice place we get flatbreads, so amazing. So we're gonna do that. Trading's done for the day now, but we're gonna go have a little reading session, chill out, aren't we?
Yes.
And then what have you got this afternoon?
Eyelash appointment to touch this up.
Then I've got some client meetings, so that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Let's go downstairs. You can see the view from here, it's cool.
Yeah, it's so nice.
So this is our favourite place. Gonna have some flatbreads. I don't. It doesn't suit my face well.
Why?
I think it suits your face better. For me, I prefer the iPhone camera. What are we reading today?
I'm gonna be reading either Reality Transurfing or The Tao of Trading.
What I'd highly recommend checking out is Prop Firm Match. If you've heard of it, perfect. If you haven't, you are now. The reason being is, in previous years, you would never really know what firms are credible, what firms are paying out, what the highest amount of payouts are without going on their website and figuring it out for yourself. What this does is it brings all of the top rated prop firms together, the most credible, the ones that have the most verified payouts. It will state the amount, it will state all the rules, what their spreads are like, what their customer care is like, what the reviews are like, everything. So the hard work is done for you. Long gone are the days where you need to track this in a spreadsheet and compare your own thoughts on prop firms. That's all gone. I used to do that plenty of times. Whereas now it's all there for you and you can see what firms are paying out and it's updated on a daily basis. Who's this? Who is this? You alright?
Helen?
Got a few things to still wrap up. I've not hit the gym today. I am going to do that next after this clip. Hit a workout and then I've got a coaching call to finish up and wrap up the day. But you can see trading was done very early and I love that time where I can just focus on trading, see what happens in the markets. If something forms, I execute. And then afterwards, I went for brunch with my girlfriend, switch off, go read for a bit, reset your system. Then after that, it's usually gym, business, coaching calls, standard routine. And I love it. I love my routine now. I have so much passion for what I do and it's amazing. So, I've been reflecting recently on like the analogy of the staircase, because trading is not just one upgrade. You know, you wake up one morning and everything is solved. It doesn't really work like that. It's never just one thing. It's the accumulation of small things. And it's the accumulation of years of work, effort, discipline, persistence, learning, smart work, all these different things, right? Upgrading yourself is the biggest thing. But it's never just one thing. there's always going to be upgrades. So imagine yourself when you step up onto that staircase. You're going to maintain for a little while. You're going to have slow growth for a little bit of time, and then you step up again. Same thing again, and then you step up again. It's just the inchworm theory. For those of you who've read Mental Game of Poker, it's the inchworm theory down to a T, where your baseline just comes up. So in Mental Game of Poker, he talks about A, B, and C game. A game being your best game, C game being your worst. Right, now, the focus is obviously improving that C game, which takes place over time, which technically is just your baseline. If you can bring your baseline up, then your standards will rise. And when your standards rise, you will not accept yourself to drop below that standard. There's a quote I was talking about years ago. What is that quote? You do not rise to the level of your expectations. You fall to the standards of your baseline or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But what it's saying is, if you have a strong baseline, you're not going to go below that. If you think about it this way, if you're used to having £1,000 in your bank account, and that's your lowest you would ever go, imagine yourself as soon as you come close to that, you're going to bounce back, you're going to figure something out, you're going to make money. That's your baseline. When you bring that baseline up to 10,000, you will not then drop below 10,000. It's like red flag, worst case scenario. You'll do anything for that to happen. That's your baseline. Your goal is to bring that baseline up. And your goal is to also bring the expectation, the highest ceiling up with it. So if that highest ceiling is 20,000 or 30,000 or 100,000, then you've got to really bring that up, but that will come up as your baseline improves. But what tends to happen with people is when they get to that ceiling of a mode where they feel comfortable, they then drop back down to the baseline, and they're just oscillating between the cycle of ceiling, baseline, and just that's how they live life. The goal is really to move in this direction where you're always progressing forward. So for me, the last jump up was October. I called it. I said I would have a great month. I did. It was probably one of the best months to date of 2025. And it was great, fantastic. And I called it like 6 to 8 weeks before. I said October is my best month of the year. It has been historically. Get ready, basically. January is also another one. So the fact that I was talking about that, I was ready for that period. Certain things changed in September. I was ready for it. I added in a different pair, took advantage of the market conditions. And honestly, I think it started May, June, July when I started to reinvest into myself on more of a serious note. I've always reinvested back into myself, but this is taking it more seriously. Every single day in the gym, I'd have Nero knowledge on, I would have audiobooks on, I'd be taking notes, I'd be reading, I'd be reinvesting back into myself. That was the crucial aspect of that. So as I'm upgrading my mindset, my results are also taking a mirror image of that. Because when you come to the markets, if you've got the worst mindset ever, you're never going to get results. The market is a reflection of how you think, because how you think will dictate what you see. And if you're opportunistic, you'll see opportunities everywhere. If you're coming to the markets in a state of lack, you will not see opportunities everywhere. So how you think really affects your trading, and how you think really affects your life. So upgrading my mindset and really investing in the vessel was like the biggest thing of the year. And it was only 3 to 4 months later that I then seen the upgrade. I seen the step up. I seen the next level. And the important lesson of that is just persistence. You know, don't work on yourself for a week and expect yourself to get results. It's like, no, stick at it. Keep reinvesting into yourself. That's the priority. Every day you should be learning. Because if you're not learning, you're dying. It's like if a plant's not growing, it's dying. We should be the same thing. Always growing, always working on something. And that's a tone that I'm keeping this year. So my focus this year is Kaizen, like consistent 1% improvement, consistent growth, and a lot of scale. So no new ventures or anything like that. It's just doing exactly what I'm doing to a better level, a higher level, for more growth, more results, more income, anything or everything, anything and everything. that's the goal. That's the focus this year. And that's where things are at. Every day I feel like I'm wearing 10 different hats, but I love that. It used to be a challenge for me, but it's a new baseline. I love doing my trading. I love having a switch off period and overlap, then digging into Envision stuff, helping members, doing content, doing coaching calls. I get so much satisfaction from it, and it's me to a T. Long gone are those days where I'm trading for 8 hours a day. I don't need to, I don't want to. I don't feel like it would serve me in this part of my life. So I like being busy, but doing busy. By being busy, I mean important needle moving tasks. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I'm gonna go train. I need some food, then I've got a coaching call. So that's that. Yeah, let's do it. We are cooking.
We are cooking
What are we cooking?
our favorite dish, which is mushroom, chestnut brown, 2
Sirloin
pieces of
steaks,
steak.
which need flipping. You wanna hold
Okay.
that? So good though. We have this like most nights, don't we? Oh. The one time we get the camera out.
Yeah, usually it's perfect.
It's usually fine.